Hey, what's up, everybody? Gonna do artist spotlight, man. This is an artist spotlight featuring Guy Clark, and we're gonna be taking a look at his sound live, and the album that we're gonna be looking at is called Keepers. Now, I'm not going to focus on the album information. Guy Clark is new to me, and I'm sure that he's probably new to a number of folks as well. So we're going to focus more on the man himself. So it's an artist spotlight. So, man, first off, I just want to give a shout out to Jack Sarah. Thanks very much for the recommendation on the links, man. Jack says, hey, Wayne, I have some live Guy Clark for you to check out. This album is what you would call a good night out. I hope you enjoy. Right on. Yes, a good night out. That's the term I use to mostly describe the Allman Brothers Band, but there's a couple of others that would definitely fit that description. So let's see if Guy Clark is one of them, man. So this is the album Keepers. Okay, and it's a long album, man. Jack, you are the shit. You're all that and a bag of chips. But I'm gonna remind you and everyone else, especially patrons, I have a max of 10 songs per album. We're looking at 15 here. So just keep that in mind for future, okay? All right. Time. Time is the most important thing in Wayne's world. I gotta guard my time. Alright, so Guy Clark. Keepers. Let's get it.
Douglas Corner Cafe proudly presents Sugar Hill recording artist Guy Clark.
Cheers. I like it already. This is LA Freeway.
Pack up all your dishes. Make note of all good wishes. Say goodbye to the landlord for me. The son of a bitch is always bored me. Throw out them LA papers. Moldy box of vanilla wafers. Adios to all this concrete. Gonna get me some dirt road back street. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought, and his evil old skinny Dennis. The only one I think I will miss. I can hear an old bass singing, sweet and low like a gift you're bringing. Play it for me one more time now. Got to give it all we can now. I believe everything you say. Just you keep on playing. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught. Down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought, and you put the pink card in the mailbox. Leave the key in that old front door locked, they'll find it likely as not. I'm sure there's something we have forgot. Oh, Susanna, don't you cry, babe. Love's a gift that's surely handmade. We got something to believe in. Don't you think it's time we
Love's a gift that's surely handmade. I like that.
If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought. If I can just get off of this LA freeway without getting killed or caught, down that road in a cloud of smoke to some land I ain't bought. So pack up all your dishes, make note of all good wishes, and say goodbye to the landlord for me. That son of a bitch has always bored me.
At least that son of a bitch never robbed you. That's very good. Very good.
This is a song about the first time I ever saw a streamlined train. And it happened in a little town in West Texas where I was born called Monahans, which is out between Pecos and nowhere. Pretty desolate part of the world. And I never forgot it was like a moonshot or a shuttle launch or something. I mean, the whole town turned out. Train didn't stop or nothing. We all went down there anyway.
Texas, 1947.
Now, being 6 years old, I had seen some trains before, so it's hard to figure out what I'm at the depot for. Trains are big and black and smoking steam, screaming at the wheels, bigger than anything is, at least that's the way she feels. Trains are big and black and smoking, louder than July 4, but everybody's acting like this might be something more than just picking up the mail or the soldiers from the war. Just something that even old man Wildman never seen before. And it's a late afternoon on a hot Texas day, and something strange is going on and we was all in the way. Well, there's 50 or 60 people, they're just sitting on their cars, and the old men left their dominoes and they come down from the bars. Ooh, and everybody's checking. Old Jack Kittrell check his watch, and us kids put our ears to the rails to hear 'em pop. So we already noted when I finally said train time, you'd have thought that Jesus Christ himself was rolling down the line. 'Cause things got real quiet. Mama jerked me back, not before I'd got the chance to lay a nickel on the track. Woo. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. 50 or 60 people still sitting on their cars, and they're wondering what it's coming to and how it got this far. Oh, but me, I got a nickel smashed, flatter than a dime. If I mad dog, runaway, red, silver, streamline train. Look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Big and red and silver, she don't make no smoke. She's a fast rolling streamline, come to show the folks. I said, look out, here she comes, she's coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone. Woo! Look out, here she comes, coming. Look out, there she goes, she's gone. Screaming straight through Texas like a mad dog cyclone.
Nice. Texas 1947.
Thanks.
Like a coat from the cold.
Well, I found comfort and courage in bottles of whiskey. But I swear to you, friend, that life, that's pretty risky. I backed away quickly from those that would burn me, and stopped up my ears that no one should learn me. But the lady beside me is the one I have chosen to walk through my life like a coat from the cold. I've flown like a bird from each cage that confined me, and broke on every one of the ties that would bind me. And I've danced me around some sad old situations, taken up my share of those sweet invitations. But the lady beside me is the one I've chosen to walk through my life like a coat from the cold. To walk through my life like a coat from the cold.
Sounds like a really nice venue, nice concert going on there. Intimate. A nice evening out.
Two, oh, 1, 2.
Heart broke.
Who would have known goodbye. I'm folded and folded, Lord, I'm wilted in place at the sight of you standing with streaks down your face. You got your heart broke, go running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up on believing in me. Heart broke, who kept me from leaving with my heart broke? Now pride is a bitch and a bore when you're lonely. Sheer madness prevails upon reason to yield. Oh, but all is not lost, it's only mistaken. And that's small consolation, but I know just how you feel. Got your heart broke, go running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up on believing in me. Heart broke, who kept me from leaving with my heart broke? Nobody said that it was going to be easy. We all have feelings that need a softer touch. Oh, but nobody said that it would not be worth it. The human condition continues as such. You get your heart broke, go running from the reason. Got your heart broke, don't give up on believing in me. Heart broke, who kept me from leaving with my heart broke? Yeah.
In my mind's eye, it sounds like they're having a good time. I can visually see them jamming and smiling at each other. It isn't just work. It's coming through in the music. Nice. Nice. A little bouncy. I'm sure some people were dancing in the crowd. I wish I could see it.
This is kind of a little movie. This takes place in about 1940 out in West Texas. Probably my grandmother's hotel. This is probably true.
The Last Gunfighter Ballad.
Now the old gunfighter on the porch stared into the sun, and he relived the days of living by the gun, when deadly games of pride were played, and living was mistakes not made. And oh, the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Oh, the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Now you can almost feel the weight of the gun, and it's always keep you back to the sun, and it's faster than snakes or a blink of the eye, and it's a time for all slow men to die. And his eyes get squinty and his fingers twitch, and he empties his gun at the son of a bitch, and he's hit by the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Oh, hit by the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Now the burn of the bullet is only a scar, and he's back in his chair in front of the bar, and the streets are empty and the blood's all dried, and the dead are dust and the whiskey's inside. So buy him a drink and lend him an ear. He's nobody's fool and the only one here that remembers the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Oh, remember the smell of the black powder smoke, and a stand in the street at the turn of a joke.
That's all it
Said I
takes
stood in that street before it was paved.
to shoot it
I
up.
learned shoot or be shot before I could shave, and I did it all for the money and fame, and noble was nothing but feeling no shame. Nothing was sacred save staying alive, and all that I learned from a Colt 45 was I curse the smell of the black powder smoke, and I stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Oh, curse the smell of the black powder smoke, and I stand in the street at the turn of a joke. Now he's just an old man that no one believes, and he says he's a gunfighter and the last of the breed, but there's ghosts in the street and they seeking revenge, and they calling him out to the lunatic fringe. Now he's out in the traffic and he's checking the sun, and he gets killed by a car as he goes for his gun. So much for the smell of the black powder smoke, and I stand in the street at the turn of a joke. So much for the smell of the black powder smoke, and I stand in the street at the turn of a joke.
What a way to go out. Good story.
She's standing at the window, her
Better
face
this.
to the glass. As far as she can see, the time has come to pass. Oh, as far as she can see, the sky is all ablaze. This looks like the first of better days. She's taken charge of her life for a change. She's taking it back that she's lost. It's just as clear as the window pane. She'll survive at all cost. I see the wings unfolding that weren't there just before. She has no fear of flying, and now she's out the door, out into the morning light, where the sky is all ablaze, and this looks like the first of better days. She's taken charge of her life for a change. She's taking it back that she's lost. It's just as clear as the window pane. She'll survive at all costs. She's taking charge of her life for a change. She's taking it back that she's lost. Just as clear as the window pane. She'll survive at all cost.
Nice.
Thanks.
Very good.
A love song. A tender ballad. Well, there ain't nothing in the world that I
Homegrown
like
tomatoes.
better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, get you a rifle. Hey, don't get a heart. Plant 'em in the spring, eat 'em in the summer. All winter without 'em's a culinary bummer. I forget all about the sweating and digging every time I go out and pick me a bit. Homegrown tomatoes. homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. You can go out to eat, that's for sure, but it's nothing a homegrown tomato won't cure. Put 'em in a salad, put 'em in a stew, make your very own tomato juice. You can eat 'em with egg, eat 'em with gravy, eat 'em with beans, pinto or navy. Put 'em on the side, put 'em in the middle, put a homegrown tomato on a hot cake griddle. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes.
I wonder what a video to this song would look like. I can easily see an animated video of this, or something from down south.
I've to change this life I lead. I'd be Johnny Tomato Seed, 'cause I know what this country needs. Homegrown tomato in every yard you see. When I die, don't bury me in a box in a cemetery. Out in a garden would be much better, and I could be pushing up homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'd life be without homegrown tomatoes? Only two things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. All right. Burn it up, bro.
Nice
Now
big
look
scoop.
out, Chet.
That was a fun song. Johnny Tomato Seed.
Well, as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot to amuse us. This is about my favorite song. Song about 10 seconds in a woman's life.
She ain't going nowhere.
Well, she's standing on the gone side of leaving. She found a thumb and stuck it in the breeze. She'll take anything going close to somewhere. She can lay it down and live it like she'd please. But she ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Well, the wind had his way with her hair, and the blues had their way with her smile. But she had a way of her own, just like prisoners have a way with a file. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. She's not sitting down crying on her suitcase. She had no second thoughts by the road. But she's got feelings that need some repairing, and she did not give a damn that it showed. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. Yeah. She ain't going home, and that's for sure. She ain't going nowhere, she's just leaving. She ain't going nowhere, she can't breathe. And she ain't going home, and that's for sure. Now she ain't going home, and that's for sure.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nothing sappy about that ballad. South coast of Texas.
For the south coast of Texas, that's a thin slice of life. It's salty and hard, it is stern as a knife. Where the wind is for blowing up, hurricanes for showing, snakes how to swim and the trees how to lean. And the shrimpers and their ladies are out in the beer joints, drinking them down before they sail with the dawn. They're bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, and the deckhands are singing adios, Jolie Blonde. Well, in the cars of my youth, how I tore through those sand dunes and got up my tires on them oyster shell roads. Ah, but nothing is forever, say the old men in the shipyards, turning trees into shrimp boats. Hell, I guess they ought to know. And the shrimpers and their ladies are out in the beer joint, drinking them down before they sail with the dawn. Bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, the deckhands are singing adios, Jolie Blonde. snowbirds in search of that sunshine and nightlight, fond of greasing palms down the beach as they're going. This living on the edge of the waters of the world demands the dignity of whooping cranes and the likes of Gilbert Roland. And there's rivers and their ladies are out in the beer joint, drinking them down before they sail in the dawn. They're bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, and the deckhands are singing adios, Joe Leblanc. The strippers and their ladies are out in the beer joints, drinking them down before they sail with the dawn. They're bound for the Mexican Bay of Campeche, and the deckhands are singing adios, Joe Leblanc. The deckhands are singing adios, Joe Leblanc.
That old time feel. We're on the same song.
That's very cool, Susie.
Thank you.
This is the first song I ever wrote that I kept.
That old time feeling.
And that old time feeling goes sneaking down the hall like an old gray cat in winter, keeping close to the wall. That old time feeling come stumbling up the street like an old salesman kicking the papers from his feet. Oh, and that old time feeling draws circles around the block like old women with no children holding hands with the clock. And that old time feeling falls on its face in the park like an old wino praying that he can make it until it's dark. Oh, and that old time feeling comes and goes in the rain like an old man with his checkers dying to find the game. An old time feeling plays for beer and bars like an old blues time picker who don't recall who you are. Oh, and that old time feeling limps through the night on a crutch like an old soldier wondering if he's paid too much. That old time feeling rocks and spits and cries like an old lover remembering girl with a clear blue eye.
Girl with the clear blue eyes. We all have memory of an old girlfriend with clear blue eyes, don't we? I do.
Old time feeling goes sneaking down the hall like an old gray cat in winter, keeping close to the wall.
Excellent. That's good. First song that he's kept. First song he wrote
This
that
song
he
my
kept.
good friend Berlin Dam Thompson sitting right.
A little of both.
Well, I like drinking whiskey. I like being straight. I like a voodoo spinner, man. I like life, babe. I like 100 miles an hour. I like Sunday driving too. I like being alone with me, and I like being alone with you. Oh, give me a bowl of chili. Give me milk and toast. As long as you're dishing it out, Lord, I take a little of both. I could do with someone, but I could do without. Sometimes you feel like dancing, sometimes like sitting it out. Now I like staying at home, but I can't help going to town. As long as I've got a choice, you know I can't turn nothing down. Now give me that bowl of chili, give me milk and toast. As long as you're dishing it out, Lord, I take a little of both. Yeah. Put a little gravy on everything for me. Sometimes I like to fly, sometimes I have to crawl. Sometimes I'm cool as ice, sometimes I'm climbing the wall. Sometimes it's just the money, sometimes it's just a game. 6 of one and half a dozen of another is all the same. Now give me a bowl of chili, give me milk and toast. As long as you're dishing it out, Lord, I take a little of both. Give me that bowl of chili, give me milk and toast. As long as you're dishing it out, Lord, I take a little of both.
crowd is just very appreciative and lively. I wish we had some live footage of this. That would be cool.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. This is another new song I wrote with Daryl Scott. This is what I kind of have been referring to lately. It's kind of the antithesis of the boot, scoot, and boogie. Basically right up my alley. It's called Out in the Parking Lot. I was sitting on the fender of someone else's truck, drinking Old Crow whiskey, hot 7-Up out in the parking lot. Well, you can hear the band playing right through the wall. There ain't no cover charge, there ain't no last call out in the parking lot. Now there's a couple of cowpokes putting up their dukes. Wasn't much to it after both of them puked out in the parking lot. Now someone called the police, and the police finally came, and they wrote them a couple of tickets, and they took a couple of names out in the parking lot. Well, I'd love to see the neon dancing on the gravel. I'd love to hear the pickup trucks come unravel. And some have given up, some have given in. Looks like everybody's looking for a friend out in the parking lot. Whoops, there's a couple who could not wait to get home. Now they're probably in love, so let's leave them alone out in the parking lot. Now the band is on the bus, they're all loaded up to leave. But the drummer's got a girlfriend, and she's tugging at his sleeve out in the parking lot. Well, I'd love to see the neon dancing on the gravel. I'd love to hear the pickup trucks come unravel. Some have given up, some have given in. Looks like everybody's looking for a friend out in the parking lot. Now everybody's gone. They've shot out all the lights, and the dust begins to settle, and it's never been so quiet out in the parking lot.
This song reminds me of an old military buddy who started a security company, and it was his job to secure the parking lot of a hotel and casino. And the stories he had, man. Let him roll.
He was a wino, tried and true, done about everything there is to do. He worked on freighters, and he'd worked in bars, and he worked on farms, and he worked on cars. Well, it was white port that put that look in his eye grown men get when they need to cry. We sat down on the curb to rest, and his head just fell down on his chest. He says every single day it gets just a little bit harder to handle, and yet. Then he lost the thread and his mind got cluttered, and the words just rolled off down the gutter. Well, he was an elevator man in a cheap hotel in exchange for the rent on a one-room cell. And he's old, years beyond his time, no thanks to the world and the white port wine. So he said, son, he always called me son. He said, life for you has just begun. And then he told me the story I'd heard before, how he fell in love with a Dallas whore. Now he could cut through the years to the very night that it ended in a whorehouse fight. And she turned his last proposal down in favor of being a girl about town. Now it's been 17 years riding line. He ain't been straight none of the time. It's too many days of fighting the weather and too many nights not being together. So he died. And when they went through his personal effects, and among the stubs from the welfare checks was a crumbling picture of a girl and a door and an address in Dallas and nothing more. The welfare people provided the priest. A couple from the mission down the street sang Amazing Grace. No one cried except some lady in black way off to the side. We all left, and she's standing there, the black veil covering the silver hair. Old one-eyed John said her name was Alice. She used to be a whore in Dallas. So let him roar, Lord, let him roll. I'll bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul. You let him roll, Lord, let him roar. He always said that heaven was just a Dallas whore. Just you let him roar, Lord, let him roll. I bet he's gone to Dallas, rest his soul.
Great storyteller, isn't he?
Thanks.
All right.
Texas cooking.
Well, I'm gone down to Austin, Texas. I'm gone down to save my soul. Get that barbecue and chili, eat my fill and come back home. I'm gonna take my baby with me. We're gonna have a high old time. We're gonna eat till we get silly. Sure does make a beer taste fine. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking, son? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone for bubbling. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, alright. Cook armadillo, tastes so sweet he called it pie. I know a woman make pan dulce, tastes so good it gets you high. Get them enchiladas greasy, get them steaks chicken fried. Sure to make a man feel happy to see white gravy on the side. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking, son? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone for bone. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, alright.
You know, the crowd's dancing to this man.
Yeah.
Tapping something or twitching something.
Got fried okra, beat anything that I ever saw. I know a man that cook cabrito, it must be against the law. We're gonna get a big old sausage, big old plate of ranch style beef. I could eat the heart of Texas, we're gonna need some brand new cheese. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking son? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone for bumming. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could. Say, oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking son? Oh, my mama, to stop your belly and backbone from bumming. Oh, my mama, ain't that Texas cooking good? Oh, my mama, eat it every day if I could, alright.
Texas Cookin'. That's a party song, man. Nice.
Thank you. It's a song about a man who was kind of like my grandfather. Actually, he was my grandmother's boyfriend, is what he was. A wildcatter out in West Texas, and that means you drill oil wells just for the hell of it. You know, it doesn't really matter if you get anything. It's the sport. Anyway, he's the guy who taught me how to whittle and spit and cuss and drive a car and sit up straight. And I play the Red River Valley.
Desperados waiting for a train.
And he'd sit in the kitchen and he'd cry, run his fingers through 70 years of living, and wonder, Lord, has every well I drilled gone dry? We were friends, me and his old man, like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. Well, he's a drifter and a driller of oil wells, and an old school man of the world. He taught me how to drive his car when he's too drunk to. Oh, and he'd wink and give me money for the girls. Our lives are like some old western movie, like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. From the time that I could walk, he'd take me with him to a bar called the Green Frog Cafe. And there was old men with beer guts and dominoes. Oh, and they're lying about their lives while they play. I was just a kid that they all call his sidekick, like desperados waiting for a train. Like desperados waiting for a train. And one day I looked up and he's pushing 80. Brown tobacco stains all down his chin. Well, I mean, he's one of the heroes of this country. So why is he all dressed up like them old men? He's drinking beer and playing moon and 42, like a desperado waiting for a train. Like a desperado waiting for a train. And then the day before he died, I went to see him, and I was grown and he was almost gone. So we just closed our eyes and dreamed us up a kitchen and sang another verse to that old song. Come on, Jack, the son of a bitch is coming. We're like desperados waiting for a train. 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 Thank you. Travis Clark, Kenny Malone, Daryl Scott, Susie Ragsdale, Berlin Thompson.
Nice. Gave his band some love. You're right, Jack. It's a great evening out, man. Sounds like it's a very nice, intimate venue. Everyone's personable and very, very close. Excellent. So that's Guy Clark. Right on. Great artist, man. Great storyteller. Sings very well, crisp, clear, good delivery. And he's got great musicians in his company, good backing vocals. Excellent. Really, really good. Like you said, a great night out, man. So, before I get into the review, give me a quick sec, man. My bladder is full as hell. Too much sugarcane rum. Hang on. Guy Clark. Guy Charles Clark. November 6, 1941 to May 17, 2016. Was an American folk and country singer-songwriter and luthier. He released more than 20 albums, and his songs have been recorded by other artists, including Jerry Jeff Walker, Jimmy Buffett, Kathy Mattea, Lyle Lovett, Ricky Skaggs, Steve Wariner, Emmylou Harris, Rodney Crowell, Steve Earle, Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, and Chris Stapleton. He won the 2014 Grammy Award for Best Folk Album, My Favorite Picture of You. Wow. I was wondering if you might have been related to Roy Clark, the great Roy Clark from Hee Haw. I remember watching some of that when I was growing up, but it doesn't seem like there's relation. Career. Clark was born in Monahans, Texas. His family moved to Rockport in '54. After he graduated from high school in 1960, Guy spent almost a decade living in Houston as part of the folk music revival in that city. His wife Susanna Talley Clark and he eventually settled in Nashville, where he helped create the Americana music genre. His songs LA Freeway and Desperados Waiting for a Train helped launch his career and were covered by numerous performers, including Steve Earle and Brian Jones. Jones, Joens. On his passing, the New York Times described him as a king of the Texas troubadours, declaring his body of work as indelible as that of anyone working in the Americana idiom in the last decades of the 20th century. Clark has been a mentor to such other singers as Steve Earle and Rodney Crowell. He organized Earle's first job as a writer in Nashville. In the 70s, the Clark's home in Nashville was an open house for songwriters and musicians, and it features in the film Heartworm Highways, an evocation of the songwriter scene in Nashville at that time. Numerous artists have charted with Clark penned tunes. The Last Gunfighter Ballad was the title song of Johnny Cash's 1977 studio album. In '82, Bobby Bear made it to the country top 20 with Clark's New Cut Road. That same year, bluegrass leader Ricky Skaggs hit number 1 with Clark's Heartbroke, a song that permanently established his reputation as an ingenious songwriter. Yeah, and a great storyteller and song. Among the many others who have covered Clark songs are Vince Gill, who took Oklahoma Borderline to the top 10 in 1985, The Highwaymen, who introduced Desperados Waiting for a Train to a new generation that same year. John Conley, whose interpretation of The Carpenter rode into the top 10 in 1987. And John Denver, who recorded Clark's Homegrown Tomatoes in 1988. Clark is frequently referred to as the fifth Highwayman. Steve Wariner took his cover of Clark's Baby I'm Yours. I gotta stop there, holy cow. I didn't realize, he has had a whole tremendous amount of people cover his stuff. And it's just going down the line here of just all of the people who have covered his stuff, he's collaborated with, who he's influenced. Yeah, okay. I can't read all of this, man. Yeah, let's read the last two paragraphs then. In December of 2011, This One's for Him, a tribute to Guy Clark, a 2-CD set, was released by Icehouse Music and produced by longtime fan Tamara Saviano. The CD won Americana Album of the Year at the 2012 Americana Music Honors and Awards. Clark won the Grammy Award for Best Folk Album in 2014. The final song that Clark completed was co-written with Angelina Presley and titled Cheer Up, Little Darling. It appeared on Presley's 2017 album Wrangled. Texas country singer-songwriter Aaron Watson paid tribute to Clark in a song entitled Ghost of Guy Clark, released in June of 2019. In the song, Clark's ghost asks the protagonist to perform a song and is unimpressed. He then encourages the performer to write songs with greater passion. Right on. Okay, man, so that is our look at a really great singer-songwriter here and a great storyteller and song. I don't know, I got a soft spot for artists that can tell a great story and song. I guess that's why I like the Dylans so much. I guess that's why I like concept albums so much. You know, The Who, for example, they're hallowed ground here for a number of reasons. And one of those reasons is because of their concept album format and the way they can tell a great story. You know, still to this day, Quadrophenia and Tommy, they are just benchmarks in our social structure and our upbringing, our pedigree. Even though I wasn't raised on classic rock, I was still very, very aware of it. You know what I mean? That's the influence. So great storytellers in song. I really dig them, man. And this guy, Guy Clark, definitely is a great storyteller in song. And it's funny, it's so amazing to me, the people that you have not heard of and the people of influence that you've not heard of. It's almost criminal to just go through life not hearing about great shakers and influences like this person. You know what I'm saying? So hats off to you, Jack. I appreciate you introducing me to this new artist. Okay, I shat on you a little bit for 15 tracks on the album, but I'll just let that go because this guy is definitely one of those great exceptions that I've got to make. So yeah, really excellent artist here, man. Speaking of Jack, I think I got something coming up for you on the classic platform in the next couple of days. I'm just going off the top of my head here, man. Sorry. On this platform, Ant You're Next, You're Tomorrow. And I got some soul grooves, some progressive metal. There's some country. I can't remember who's sending me some country. And I know that Casey and the Sunshine Band is somewhere in the queue, and I can't remember whose or where's or how far away, but I remember that I know that there's a Casey and the Sunshine Band somewhere out there. Anyways, man, this was great. A little on the long side, but like I said, Jack, I forgive you for that. No problem. Great artist, and I'm very glad and appreciate the fact that I've become aware of him. And I'll definitely check out more of what he's got. He's released more than 20 albums. Damn, man. I'm telling you that this is an artist that's got some serious stuff to talk about. So it'll be very, very interesting. And not a single one of his songs is like the other. And I like that. I like that difference, that diversity. And namely because he's telling stories, he's telling different accounts of things. And I really dig it, man. Anyways, you guys have a good one. Take care. Next time you see me will be tomorrow for Ant Cat's reaction. I can't remember exactly what he's got. I know it's an artist spotlight, but I can't remember what the artist is or who the artist is. I think it's a group, but I can't remember who it is. So anyway, I'll see you tomorrow for his reaction. Peace.